A number of your assumptions about voiceover are wrong. And when that happens, it can lead to a lot of frustration and obstacles and roadblocks in building a successful voiceover career, which is why this week I'm sharing with you some painful truths about voiceover. How are you doing? I'm Bill DeWeese, professional voiceover talent and voiceover coach, and I'm so glad you're here this morning. Take a moment, if you would, to share your name and where you're watching or listening from in the live chat. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you get notifications when I go live each weekday morning. And share, thumbs up, share, like. I would appreciate it greatly. Well, one of the things I learned early on when I got into voiceover was that a lot of the voices that I was hearing, about you should do this, you should do that, this is the way things work, ended up to be not completely accurate. And so much of what I learned early on, and I'm not saying there weren't some great people that shared some great information, because there was, but I also had to learn a lot through the school of hard knocks. Yesterday I shared with you the number one painful truth of voiceover, that it's not the gear, and I used to be under the impression that I had to spend thousands and thousands of dollars of all, on the most expensive equipment if I wanted to do the best work in voiceover, and it's just not true. I shared yesterday how I grew a six-figure business. I was recording national ads with a very inexpensive microphone in my bedroom closet. It's amazing what you can do. So today I wanted to share the painful truth number two, and it's this. And I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but I think you'll understand where I'm going with this, and that's that nobody cares how great your voice is. There, I said it. And I know your mom told you how wonderful your voice was. Your friends have told you you should get into voiceover. You have such a great voice. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with a great voice. That is not a liability in any way, shape, or form. Uh, but what you'll learn as you get deeper into voiceover is that the people who get hired for jobs are, number one, the people who learn to market themselves well. A great voice doesn't guarantee you anything in voiceover. I've seen plenty of people that would be considered average in terms of voice that were just relentless marketers who were hugely successful in voiceover. But beyond that, what you'll find is that the voices that people like are the genuine, authentic voices that belong to the personalities of the people who have them. In other words, people don't care how you sound. And I hear it a lot when I work with students. Well, I want to sound like this. I want to sound like that. I like this person's voice over here. What people want, they want genuineness. They want authenticity. They want to know, or at least have a sense of what your personality, your attitude, your point of view, how you feel about what you're saying. Emotion communicates 1,000 times more effectively than the sound of your voice. There are plenty of people with fabulous voices who will never record a single voiceover job. There are plenty of well-trained, fabulous, world-class talent out there who have great voices and also are great communicators who work very little because they don't have the marketing skills. Or I shouldn't even say skills, the marketing plan, the marketing knowledge. So again, I'm sharing these not to frustrate you, but to help shorten the distance between point A, where you're at, and point B, where you want to go. And in the process, not drain resources unnecessarily. So you have a great voice, good. Nothing wrong with that. That's nice. Next step, learn to be able to not sound good while reading, but to be able to communicate your personality, your point of view, your attitude, and the way you feel. Make everything personal. And by the way, that's its own workshop, which, by the way, is coming up in March. My next live training event is coming up in March. More details to come soon on that. But it's not about the sound of your voice. All right. It's about you. People want to hear you. But here's the problem. And then we'll move on. But the problem is this: we tend to feel like we're not enough. Nobody wants to, we hate our own voices when we hear them, and we think, well, nobody else cares. Well, they really don't care how your voice sounds. What they care about is you. People are compelled by authenticity. They're not compelled by the sound of your voice. They're compelled by what's behind that. If they sense that you're speaking the truth and you're being honest and you're being vulnerable, that's what is attractive to people who listen. Not just, and I mean, that works in personal relationships, but it also works in voiceover to a large degree. And until you learn that, you'll find voiceover to be a very frustrating path because you'll always be chasing this sound. I'm trying to sound like this or be like that. Don't sound. You have to be and communicate that emotion, that point of view, that attitude in a genuine and personal way. And once you learn to do that, and I'm not saying it's easy, it's not. You certainly have to learn how to do it and you have to practice it and need to get feedback on that. But that is the way it's done. So I want the best for you. I want you to be profitable in voiceover. So remember, painful truth number 2, nobody cares how great your voice is.